Hey everybody, Sean from Movie Assault here, and it's time for another video. This time out, it is my January 2022 pickups. I've got 4K stuff, Blu-rays, and some DVDs, a little bit of everything. My main goal for January was to plug some holes in my collection, things that I thought I should own and didn't. So I took care of a lot of that on eBay, but I did pick up some new stuff. Very few new releases, but some new to me stuff too. So we'll get right into it. Now I'll start with the eBay stuff. Excuse me. Picked up Dunkirk on Blu-ray, and I managed to snag this with slipcover. This is a really tense, really good Christopher Nolan film, and if you like war films, definitely check this one out. Highly recommend it. I saw it in the theater and I thought it was awesome. So Dunkirk. Fight Club, also picked this up on eBay, and this is one of my favorites, and for some stupid reason I don't have it in my collection. Well, I do now, but I didn't. So this is the 10th anniversary edition on Blu-ray. Also picked up Arachnophobia. This is a film that I watched for the Halloween 15 2 years ago, and I hadn't seen it in a very, very long time, so I barely remembered it. And what struck me about it the most is how much like a Spielberg film that it feels like. I know he's an executive producer on the film, and it was directed by Frank Marshall, but this really feels like a Spielberg film. This is sort of a hidden gem. I think this is from 1993, I believe. It doesn't say the year on the back. It was released in 2011 on Blu-ray by Mill Creek, but it's Indian Summer. This is a really good comedy drama starring Bill Paxton, Alan Arkin, and Diane Lane. Let me see who else is in this. Elizabeth Perkins, Kevin Pollak, Vincent Spano, Julie Warner, and Kimberly Williams. Matt Craven as well. It was directed by Mike Binder, or Mike Binder. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. I do know he's a stand-up comedian, but this is a really good, like, sort of a nostalgic look back at your not your childhood, obviously, but childhood. It's about a bunch of people that go back to their old summer camp that's about to close down, and they kind of revisit old memories and stuff. It's a really good movie. I really, really enjoyed it. And just to make things totally worse, I think last month I showed you that I bought the Lord of the Rings trilogy on DVD, and I got a good deal on the trilogy on Blu-ray, so now I have it on Blu-ray. This is just the theatrical versions, but yeah, I've got these back in my collection, so that's what I mean. I'm kind of plugging some holes in my Blu-ray collection. All right, that takes care of eBay. From Walmart, I picked up a couple of TV series that were available, and I was afraid that they weren't going to be for too much longer, at least not physically. And I don't have anything to base that on, but I'm just a little worried about things drying up physically, so I picked up The Munsters, the complete series. And this also includes the unaired pilot episode, the family portrait episode in full color, and some features on Yvonne DiCarlo and Al Lewis. So The Munsters, this was an all-time favorite when I was a kid, so I wanted to own it. And then another favorite of mine is WKRP in Cincinnati. Now I know there were some issues with this, and some of the music wasn't available, so they did the best they could. This was put out by Shout Factory. This is a 12 DVD set with both seasons 1 and 2 are on the first set, and then seasons 3 and 4 are on the second set. But there you go, WKRP in Cincinnati. And it says on the back, WKRP in Cincinnati has had a complicated history of music rights restrictions. To make this the most comprehensive DVD release possible, we have done our best to include every scene uncut and to license as much original music as possible. And I think you can find online the different songs that they weren't able to get. But 88 episodes of WKRP. Then the next is from Hamilton Book, and I picked up this 4 film favorites Clint Eastwood action, which has The Enforcer, Sudden Impact, Absolute Power, and Firefox. And I have not seen Absolute Power. I've seen the other 3, but it's been a long time, so I might as well say that I haven't seen them. I haven't seen them in the last 30 years. So looking forward to watching these. And then I picked this up. This is the Best Picture collection. This includes The Hurt Locker, Crash, and No Country for Old Men. And I didn't own any of these previously. So again, plugging some holes in the collection. This I picked up. This is a overlooked and probably not very well-known movie, horror film. This is called Lovely Molly. And if you haven't seen this, definitely check it out. It used to be available on Netflix. I don't know if it still is. But this is kind of a slow burn, but it kind of creeped me out. It says it's from the makers of the Blair Witch Project and the Lord of the Rings. I don't know who was involved with Lord of the Rings, but Eduardo Sanchez was involved with the Blair Witch Project. But this is definitely worth checking out. Lovely Molly. It's kind of, like I said, it's kind of a slow burn. But it is really, really good. And then another TV series that I wanted to grab, picked up Freaks and Geeks, the complete series. This is the widescreen version. There was a version that was available with the original presentation and the widescreen, but that sold out before I could get a copy, so this just has the widescreen version. But this was an absolutely fantastic series, great cast. Geez, I can't even. Linda Cardellini, Seth Rogen, James Franco, Jason Segel, and then Martin Starr, and I forget the name of the kid. The one, oh man, I don't remember this guy right here. I can't remember his name, and I don't remember his name either. But Busy Phillips is in this. This is just an absolutely fantastic, funny, just great series. I think it is available on Hulu if you don't want to buy it, but definitely check it out. And then this was these are from Amazon. This is the Critters collection. This is my copy. I just gave away a copy of this in my 200 subscribers giveaway, so check out the drawing video to see if you've won, if you entered for that. But this includes all 4 of the first 4 Critters movies. It does not include Critters Attack, but I've only seen Critters. I have not seen any of the others, so I'm looking forward to checking those out. I thought it was pretty funny. I've heard the quality kind of goes down as you go on in the series, but I figured I would grab those. Also picked up the 4K of Dune. I wanted to get the steelbook of this from Best Buy, but they were sold out, and they're going for ridiculous prices already on eBay. But saw this in the theater, thought it was really, really good. Inspired me to start reading the book, which I have started to do, and I'm not very far into it, but as far as I've gotten, it seems pretty close. I mean, that's probably not much of a compliment, considering that I haven't gotten that far into the book, but yeah, so far so good. And I'm glad they split this up into 2 movies because they were able to do the book more justice than the David Lynch version. Also picked up the 4K of Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. This is the Ultimate Edition, which has the restored IMAX scenes. And I wanted to get this to pair it up with the Zack Snyder's Justice League that I added to my collection late last year. Also picked up on 4K The Thing, John Carpenter's super fantastic movie from 1982 with Kurt Russell. what else can I say about this movie? This movie is great, and I didn't have it on Blu-ray. I didn't have it on DVD, so I figured I'd splurge and get the 4K with the Blu-ray. Also picked up the Austin Powers movies. This is a triple set that I got on Amazon. This, of course, has the original and its 2 sequels, with Mike Myers, of course, as the, I don't even know what you'd call it, the unusual Austin Powers. I like all of these. They're not fantastic movies. The first one is my favorite, but they have their moments and they're worth owning. All right. This is a movie from my childhood that I could have swore was from the late 70s, but it is from 1982. But this may not have aged well, and if you're all PC, this probably has aged even worse. But this is from Code Red. This is They Call Me Bruce, which is the main guy in this, and he's played by Johnny Yoon. Supposedly he looks just like Bruce Lee, so he gets into all sorts of ridiculous situations. I have not seen this since I was a kid, and it, like I said, I've heard it hasn't aged very well, but I just was curious and wanted to pick it up. So I'm interested in seeing how well it holds up and if it's still funny. We'll see if my sense of humor has improved since 1982. It says, Enter the Dragon meets the Three Stooges in this uproarious comedy that the New York Times called a hysterically insane and inane comedy send-up. And you can see from the front cover that it looks like there's a bunch of really ridiculous Three Stooges type humor. So I'll do a review on this one because I'm interested to see how well this holds up. From Facebook Marketplace, I picked this up. This is Chud. This is the Arrow edition. Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dwellers. And this has a reversible cover and 2 discs with the theatrical and the integral cut. And I haven't seen this in a long, long time, so I'm really looking forward to revisiting this. And I might add this to the Halloween 15 this year. We'll think about that. All right, next up and lastly is the stuff I picked up from Big Lots. I picked up Zoolander in a steelbook. You can see the back. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more to life than being really, really, really ridiculously good looking. I think I threw an extra really in there. But that's a quote from Derek Zoolander, of course, played by Ben Stiller. I haven't seen this in 20 years, so looking forward to rewatching that. I picked up a copy of District 9 because I thought that I didn't have it, but I forgot that I picked it up used last month. So I now have an extra copy, now a brand new one. But I thought it was interesting that on the back there's a little disclaimer that the digital copy of this movie has expired. So thanks for that, whoever put that on there. But yeah, it expired on 2015, it looks like. But from what I remember, this is a fantastic looking Blu-ray. Because I used to own it, and then I got rid of it for some stupid reason. This is a blind buy, and so far, really the only blind buy in this. This is Patient Zero, starring Matt Smith of Doctor Who fame, Natalie Dormer from Game of Thrones, and Stanley Tucci from a lot of good things. And it says, in the pandemic thriller Patient Zero, humanity is battling intelligent, adrenaline-fueled creatures born from a viral super strain. So that's what we need to watch, a movie about a pandemic that mutates. But I don't know. For $3, I figured I'd check it out. Can't get enough contagious movie stuff. Also picked up for $3 R.I.P.D. And this is the 3D version, which I can't take advantage of, but it does come with the regular Blu-ray and a DVD. This stars Jeff Bridges and Ryan Reynolds. I know this was kind of critically panned, but I'll take a chance on it for $3. I like Ryan Reynolds and I like Jeff Bridges, so we'll see. Also picked up The Island, Michael Bay film with Ewan McGregor and Scarlett Johansson. I remember watching this several years ago, and I don't remember anything about it. I don't remember that it was bad. I don't remember that it was good. I must have been really tired when I watched it, but figured I'd give it a shot for $5. And then, again, plugging a hole in my collection, I picked up Shrek. I love the original Shrek. The sequels, I can take it or leave it, but I love the original Shrek, and this is the Blu-ray DVD combo. This is a blind buy, as was R.I.P.D. This is an Asylum film called Battle Dogs, which I have heard that is actually not too bad. I think it's a little ambitious for the budget that it has, is what I've heard, but I've heard it wasn't that bad, so I'm going to take a chance on Battle Dogs for $3. And then the last two movies that I picked up, The Italian Job with Mark Wahlberg, Charlize Theron, Ed Norton, Jason Statham, and Donald Sutherland, among others. Who else is in this? Seth Green, Mos Def, Frankie G. Directed by F. Gary Gray. This actually played in my theater when it came out as a sort of a second run. So I saw bits and pieces of it, but I never was able to watch the whole thing, and it looked pretty good. And then last but not least, as far as the movies go, I picked up a DVD of this, which is called Bigfoot, The Lost Coast Tapes. And I have a weakness for Bigfoot movies. I'll watch them no matter how ridiculous they are. But this one supposedly is very good, or at least better than the usual one. And you really can't get much more of a testimonial than having Bobo from Finding Bigfoot saying it's really fun and entertaining, but raises some real questions that we in the Bigfoot community have been talking about for years. So Bigfoot, The Lost Coast Tapes. And this isn't a movie, but I did find this at Big Lots, which I thought was interesting. It is a PS4 game, and it is called Armagallant, The Decks of Destiny. It's a strategy game, real-time strategy game, and I kind of dig those. And even if it sucks for $6, it's kind of worth it just to try it. Hopefully, this isn't something that requires a server to be up or anything, because I don't think this. I think this is fairly old, 2017, so it's 5 years old, 4 or 5 years old. But if you know anything about this, let me know. If you know anything or you have opinions about any of the movies that I picked up today, please let me know. Share them in the comments below. I'd be glad to hear from you. So there you go. That's my sort of quick run through the stuff I picked up in January of 2022. As always, feel free to comment any recommendations you have. I want to thank everybody that entered my 200 subscriber giveaway. I really appreciated all of the nice comments. Now that the contest is closed, I will respond to those comments on that video, because I didn't want anybody to think that there was any favoritism or anything. Not that anybody would, but you know how that goes. So I already picked a winner. That video is already up. So I'm just kind of rambling, so I'm going to end the video. So I'll see you next time, and happy February. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Take it easy.